Hello, everyone. We're back again with nothing to talk about that we're going to make stuff up. Still just me and Bert. What's crazy is he's actually back now, but he's just not here at this moment. But he is here. I don't know where he is in town, but he's in town.
Just not recording.
And I even sent a message that he didn't answer, so that's cool. Did you see that?
PM. I did.
So, toxic. But, we'll get this down, and then maybe he will be on the next one? I don't know.
That would be nice.
Maybe he quit. He's got to do, 5 in a row of edits.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. Or at least maybe, 2, then 1 off, then 2, then 1 off, then 2, then 1 off, you know?
Like that 5 times.
Yeah.
Something like that, because... Man, these are not hard to edit. They are.
It's been 5 months.
It has. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. But whatever. Let's wrap this up because we're gaming. So I would like to start actually with not news stuff, but what we've been up to. Because I've been up to a couple of things. And I will start with the camping stuff, okay? Because before we get to gaming. So here's the deal. Are you ready for this? I got some of my camping stuff, my sleep stuff. I got a sleeping pad. I got a little mini pump/lamp. And I got a sleeping bag. I tried them out just on the floor, no holes or anything. It was pretty comfortable, but I just for a couple minutes I laid there, you know. Sleeping bag was nice. I'm really liking it. I just ordered a tent today. And it was a huge pain in the ass. Now, I probably could have done this in an easier way, but I really had my mind set on one specific tent that I could only find in Europe. So I don't know if you've ever done this before. I did it years ago for a Naruto full show DVD set that I also couldn't get in America, where you have to buy it and ship it to a forwarding address and then they ship it to you. It's such a pain in the ass.
I've heard about those, but I don't know how they work.
Yeah, so basically you go to some kind of third party site. The one I use is called My US, and they will either give you a US address or a UK address or a France address, whatever country, you know. That's pretty much just a P.O. box. And you put in that address when you order the thing, because you can't put in your U.S. address. It ships to there, and they hold your item, and then they ship it to you through whatever shipping that they use, and then you pay the shipping plus a fee.
Okay, so they're like a relay.
Yeah, so it obviously ends up being more expensive because you're paying double shipping plus the fee is not that bad. It's $20, but it's really the double shipping that gets you. But it shouldn't be that bad because it's a lightweight tent, so and shipping's based on weight, so it shouldn't be that. And plus the original shipping was free, so the shipping that is going to them, that from the actual website, I got free shipping there with a coupon code.
Okay,
so it hopefully will work out, yeah. But I ordered it today, so that's on its way. I'm excited for it. I really want this tent. It's going to take, obviously longer because it's going to have to ship twice. Apparently, once it reaches them, it's only supposed to be 2 to 3 days. But to get to them, it's supposed to take a week, so it'll be about 10 days till I get the tent.
It's not terrible, though. Yeah,
for the complicated ass process that I went through, it's actually pretty.
And it's overseas.
Yeah.
Probably coming by plane.
It will be easier. If I ever need to do it again, it will be easier because I just it's been so long since I've done it. I was trying to remember how to do it and all this stuff, and then this is probably stupid, but even just the way UK addresses are written, I was I don't know how to input this. I'm not sure what is what on this, you know. Which one is the zip code? Which one's the city? I don't even know. But I eventually got through it. I ordered it. I'm excited. After I get the tent, though, I really think we should look into just at least a one night, or maybe just in your yard or something.
Yeah, you mentioned it before. I'd be so down.
That should be fun. And since he's here, I mean, I guess we'll go together. I don't know.
We can try 3 people, but I don't know if that will work. We don't even know if 2 will work.
That's why I got my tent too. Like, I would like to just use yours. But then if not, we'll use both,
Mm-hmm.
Mine is a 3-person tent, which is basically a 2-person tent. So that should be enough room, I would think. We'll see how it goes. The only stuff I still kind of need to get... Well, actually, I could go on a camping trip and be totally fine now. Once that tent arrives, I'll have, like, the essentials. But, like, I'd like to get, like, a chair, some stuff to cook with, like, little things, pretty much. But I've got, like, all the big things now paid for. Just waiting on the tent to arrive, and then, like... It's probably less than $200 worth of spending left just to gather, like, it's just random little things, at this point. I guess a bag would be an expensive thing, actually. If I want to get, like, a bag specifically for this, that's probably gonna be like $200-300, something like that, but besides a bag.
I would want a bag, but ideally I would want one that can carry, like, my tent and my sleeping stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to get a bag till I have everything, though, because I want to
know what size you
see, like, how I can do things.
Yeah, I haven't been up to too much. I had some friends over from out of town this past week, so we all just hung out. Ended up seeing the new Jurassic Park.
I heard that wasn't that good. I've heard some people say it's like mid, which I guess like I kind of expected. Like it's just if you want to watch dinosaurs do shit, Yeah,
no, it was a pretty mid movie. It was kind of annoying because I don't really care. Like I'm not trying to nitpick details in the story, especially one of those type of stories. But the way the whole movie got kicked off was kind of ridiculous, and it made you really like what the hell?
You can tell me I'm not going to watch it.
So, in the beginning, it's a bit of a flashback to this, like, research, like, laboratory.
Right.
And they have a bunch of, like, hybrid species that they've been working on because the normal dinosaurs aren't entertaining enough.
Sure.
So, there's, like, this, like, clean room that they're making a big deal about, like, counting down to turn 2 keys on both sides of a door to open it, things like that. For one of those sort of rooms, you'd think you would have like negative
an emergency thing or something, just some kind of like fail safe.
Exactly. So in the very beginning, this guy is eating like a Snickers bar, and he drops the wrapper. And so after they open the door,
is it like some Final Destination shit, basically?
Kinda.
Like
so, they open the door, and because for some I don't know reason, that room has negative air pressure, so it sucks in the wrapper. But then there's a door on the inside that has like an air intake, like a fan or something, and it sucks up the wrapper, and then it causes the door to like break because it breaks the fan.
Oh, everyone knows the AC is connected to the doors.
Exactly. Well, there was like a fan in the door, but you would think that like that if there was a fan on the ground, that there would be a dust filter or something.
You'd also just think, like, if something went wrong, it would just drop, like, a big metal wall or something, Like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then the computer discovered that the door was messed up. So instead of, like, flagging, like, an alert, it performed an entire system reboot.
That's insane.
Yeah. It turned off the entire system and turned it back on over this one door. And it was, like, a security door. So it's like, the security door failed. Let me turn off the whole system and turn it back on. And then, like, obviously, because of that, the dinosaurs escape. And then you get introduced to, like, the main cast of people. But it was kind of dumb how the dinosaurs escaped contamination in the beginning. And then throughout the movie, there was another scene with a raft that... like a T-Rex was attacking, and the T-Rex at one point had it in its mouth and like threw it in the air. Right. But then in the next scene, the raft was just floating down the stream like nothing happened. And then somehow the main characters found the oars. for the raft.
That's wild. You know, that is crazy. A lot of stuff comes out this month, though. I don't know if you know, like Fantastic Four, Superman, and I think there was one other thing that I don't remember, but
I still want to go see.
Sorry, you go.
I want to go see the How to Train Your Dragon remake still.
Yeah, I heard that's really good. I want to really see F1. I've heard people saying that was amazing.
I did hear good things about that. I don't know much about it.
Maybe we should all go the three see it, talk about it. It's kind of hard because we also have Superman and Fantastic Four, and those are easy ones for this, I feel like, you know. But I'd like to do all three. Maybe we can make combine it with our camping stuff, you know, like make a weekend out of it.
While you guys are down, we'll just grind out the movies.
Yeah. Maybe one or two one day and then another one the next day or something. Like, I gotta check when they come out. I don't know exactly. I think Superman is this week. Yeah, F1's out. I think Superman is this week.
Superman's
or maybe
Thursday.
It's this weekend. Okay, so it is this week. I don't know when the other one is, but
Fantastic
probably towards
Four
the end.
Is the 24th.
Okay. Well, we could do a double on the two that are out then. This weekend, maybe. Well, my temp probably won't be here, so next weekend.
I won't be
next week sometime. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. Probably outside the pod.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. What else? I have been addicted to my Steam Deck again, and it's because of the Steam Summer Sale. I bought so many games, and I'm always like, it's a deal. It's only $20. But how many times did I spend $20? A lot.
Yeah, 50, 100, or 5, 10 times.
Yeah, I don't know about 10 times, but it was a few
5,
times.
6 times.
But I got a bunch of good indie games, and I have been absolutely crushing Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. I love it.
I actually like that game. I have it on my Steam Deck, but
I think I prefer it to Vampire Survivor, actually.
Really?
I mean, Vampire Survivor is still really good. It's the OG. As far as I know, it started the genre, or at least popularized it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing about the Deep Rock Galactic Survivor when it was like in early access or something, but I didn't bother trying it because I was like, it's so obviously like a spin-off just because this is popular right now and they're not that difficult to make. But it's actually so good. And it's like not a direct copy. Like it's still so Deep Rock Galactic, you know? Like you're still doing the missions and stuff. Yeah. So it's like from the outside, cool. I could see, you could think like, oh, it's just a cash grab spin-off, but it's actually so good. Very, very good. I really like it. I've been playing a lot of that. So if you have it, yeah, I would suggest trying it. I really like it. I've put probably like 10 hours into it in the last like 4 or 5 days, which is
that many.
Yeah, it's not like that many hours, but I mean, I play it like when I get off for the night. I'll do a run or two. Or like today, I was installing Windows on a computer at work, so I did a run.
Okay.
Because it takes forever to install Windows, and it's not like I could do anything. I'm just sitting there waiting.
Quite literally twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah. But it's so good. It's a really, really fun. A couple other things I've been playing. Ship of Fools. Amazing game. Super good roguelike. I've started playing Chained Together again. I played it before. I got like halfway. I've just started over because I wanted to play it again. That's been fun. That's the main stuff. I'm probably going to get back into Sea of Thieves soon. That's something I've been thinking about.
If I'm around, I'd like to play.
Yeah, that would be fun. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now. Gaming is just looking good. Now, speaking though, because we were talking about Deep Rock Galactic, there was some news that I saw that almost tilted me, but then it wasn't actually bad. It was good. Literally the day after I freaking bought Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, and I played it like maybe one time, and I was like, this freaking rocks. I saw this thing of like, there was a announcement, or not an announcement, but there's Well, it was an announcement. There's this fan-made Halo Survivors game that recently got fully picked up and supported by Microsoft, and they said you can release it on Steam.
That's cool.
That's very cool. I mean, it's still super early. Like, it doesn't even have assets on everything yet. That's why I was like, at first I was pissed. I was like, I just bought a game like this, but then I saw, oh, it's like super early access, so I have like a year probably until it's like, you know, at a point that I'd want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought that was really cool because I liked Vampire Survivor a lot. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor has now made me realize that I love this genre, not just that game. They're so fun. So a Halo 1 is going to be, hopefully, good. And I kind of expect it to be good because it's a fan-made thing and not like a thing made by the developers.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool to me. So whenever that is like has its full release, I'll play that. I'm very excited for that actually.
Yeah, I'll probably have to look into it.
Yeah, and it's a cool story too. How they like actually supported it and they're like release it, you know?
Oh, yeah, the game story.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Speaking of Xbox stuff, did you see that the big Helldivers thing coming to Xbox next month?
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah, Helldivers coming to Xbox is also exciting. I'm very excited for that, especially because that opens the door for Halo like skins and stuff maybe one day, and that would be awesome.
I would totally waste some money on some Halo skins.
I would too. I would totally buy that freaking whatever they're called. I forget what they're called in that game. But that pass. Helldivers is a good time. That's all I really have for news. Just some games and some fun stuff coming up. Mostly the camping thing is what I had to talk about.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been up to? Any gaming?
No, not really. I haven't had time to do much.
Right.
I've been working a whole bunch this week. Hoping to game this weekend a little bit.
Okay, that's good.
What was the last game I played? I'm putting my Steam real quick. Sorry. I did play a bit of Dave the Diver on my Steam Deck.
I also bought that game. I haven't played it yet, though. I'm going to probably be working through indie games very slowly because I only put like maybe 30 minutes to an hour max, like at a time in my Steam Deck. But I do it consistently, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It has a relaxing loop. And it's kind of challenging at times. Or I can see how it can be challenging.
Right.
Especially when you get further in the game. I'm still pretty in the shallow areas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, actually, no, I did think of another news thing. Could be bad, actually.
That's not good.
Yeah, apparently the game Subnautica 2 just lost like its entire team. Like the publishers fired the original like makers of the game and stuff like that. Now,
That's not good.
But we don't know. I mean, there's like no word of like maybe they did something, maybe they didn't. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't look good, you know.
It's kind of a shame though because I remember when the first game was coming out and it was a small team.
Yeah, apparently like pretty much everyone from the first one is gone now.
That's a shame.
It is a shame, but maybe that's good. I mean, like the second one, which isn't really the second one, it's like a spin-off, Below Zero. It was okay, but it was not as good as the first one. So maybe they've corrected this stuff, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like with Below Zero, they were trying too many things.
To me, it just
finding what they had.
It didn't feel scary like the first one.
Yeah, that's true. There was no didn't have the same feel, especially with like the progression into the depth.
Yeah, it's just like the first one I felt. Yeah, that's true. The first one was scarier, and also it felt like it directed you without directing you. Like there wasn't stuff that like in the second one where it's like go here, here's a marker or stuff like that, but like you just ended up in the right places. I don't even know how. I guess it's just great map design, great game design, you know, like you just ended up going there naturally. That really might be one of the best designed games, honestly. Subnautica 1, like there's no explicit go here's, but you just naturally find your way to the ways you need to go, you know.
Yeah, and the game does a really good job of introducing you to the different biomes.
Exactly.
It spawns you in like the shallow, safe area, and then like the first place you really got to go to is the semi-dangerous kelp forest.
Yeah.
And then introduce you to hostiles.
And you have that like original goal that is obvious of like I should probably go check out that massive ship that I crashed in on that you can see in the distance.
Well, the game at some point kind of forces you to, as it mentions
with the
radiation.
Reactor, yeah.
So then, like, that's kind of like your immediate goal is to get a radiation suit. But it's really good. It was like you discover beacons and stuff that like point to pods, but you never are told to go there. But the game does a good job of like it like waits to give you like your first beacon to your first pod, which kind of sort of sets off its like guided introduction.
Yeah, that's true.
It gives you some time to get familiar with the world and the controls.
It just feels like the game trusts you, you know?
Yeah, it does.
But also it's so creepy sometimes. Like, I'll never forget how freaking scary it is going. I don't remember what the biome's called, but like the big trench with like the power sucking things that suck power out of your Cyclops, like going into that for the first time, and you can't see shit, so you have to use like the radar just to see the walls and stuff. And then
using the radar attracts them.
Yeah, then they get on your ship and you're like losing power. You're like, oh, it's over. Your ship's leaking. You're like, I literally had a panic attack playing that game. I remember I just had to pause it. I saved. I'm like, I'll play tomorrow. I'm not playing anymore.
That's funny.
But like, I love that happened.
Yeah, especially because it's not like jump scare horror. It's atmosphere horror.
Yeah, I think that game actually cured my fear of the ocean. Like, obviously I wouldn't want to in real life be fucking thrown into the middle of the ocean, but like I used to be really scared of like movies like Jaws or even like the sillier ones like The Meg or, you know, like stuff like that, or in games like going into water at all. And that like Subnautica was so hard for me the first like half of it, and now I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
Yeah, literally. Man, Subnautica. I really think Subnautica 1 is one of the greatest indie games of all time.
That's one game I wish I could forget all about and go back and play for the first time.
It's so freaking good. Like,
because like it's fun to replay, but it doesn't hit the same as the first playthrough.
Yeah, because you know what is like where you're kind of safe. Like, it's so much better when you're scared. Like, being scared of that game rocks.
Where to go.
Yeah.
What noises are what. Like, the reef backs are not scary because you know what they are.
Yeah, that's true. Great game. So good. Literally. It's one of my top of all time, honestly.
It's pretty good. It's definitely on my top 20. I don't know where in there.
Yeah, that's true. What else? What else do you want to talk about? Anything you got?
You can mention that stop killing games thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that with the one guy that's like being stupid.
Pirate Software.
Yeah, that's actually funny that because he's like known for doing the wild shit, right?
Yeah. Well, like a while back, I remember watching some of his reels before he became like before the World of Warcraft thing, and like now the stop killing games thing, and I just didn't really like him. Like,
he reminds me of this guy I knew in high school. Like, he's got. I feel like everyone had that one guy, the deep voice guy that uses big words.
Yes.
Everyone knew someone like that.
He's not really that impressive.
Even if they are, though, because the one I had in high school actually was impressive. He was really smart. But it's like, no one cares, bro, because you're an asshole, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. It invalidates your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much.
Give a summary of the situation actually, because
I'm trying to think of I can't remember the person that started its name, and I wish I did.
Yeah, I don't either.
He spent a lot of his a good chunk of his life trying to get.
Yeah, it was like 10 plus years
trying to get this petition to pass in Europe. That basically all it says is that game companies have to have some sort of plan for the end of life, for their games.
Yeah.
So if that's multiplayer, that has to be having some sort of way to make it single player, or even allowing the players to host the servers themselves, or give them the tools to do it.
Yeah, I haven't fully read through it, but yeah.
It largely is up to the game developers how they implement the end-of-life plan. It's just there needs to be some sort of plan.
Right.
And that makes sense, because for games like The Crew, or what was it, Concord, imagine you spend $60 on a game, and then you wake up 2 weeks later and you can't play it anymore.
True.
And then again, the terms of service for a lot of games, even for Blizzard, for example, it says
I've seen the Blizzard one.
They can turn off a game for any reason or no reason.
Yeah, the Blizzard one says no reason.
So it just is one of those it goes back to the whole, you don't how we talk about, how I mentioned in the past, how when you buy something online, if you buy a movie on Amazon, you don't actually own it. It's the same exact thing.
I really wish I don't know why they don't just I feel like the 360 PS3 era was perfect. Yeah, it has multiplayer. You can shut down the servers. At that point, all you can do is custom games with your friends or against bots. I feel like that's totally fair, you know?
Yeah, me too. That's what I think it should be. But it's because they don't make money off of it. Or that's what some people say, is because if there was an old COD game that came out and people kept playing that instead of buying the new one.
Yeah, I have heard that. They kept
supporting the old one.
It sucks, but
is that the player's fault, or is that the game company's fault for not making a good product?
Yeah, you should honestly be happy you made a good enough game that people still want to play it.
Exactly. So then one thing that what's it called? The petition said
killing games.
Yeah, the petition said is that it doesn't expect live service games to have indefinite support, because that's unrealistic.
Yeah, it's just make custom lobbies or some shit, you know,
But in Pirate Software's video he did covering it, he said that
he just totally didn't understand.
Yeah, he didn't either read it or he just misunderstood, and he was basically saying that the petition was calling for live service games to have indefinite support, which in the same video that he said that in, maybe 5 minutes earlier, on his screen, there was a PowerPoint slide saying the exact opposite.
Yes. I think he does it on purpose, because dudes has such aggressively obvious, I think he's doing it on purpose. He's a drama farmer. I'm so sure of it. People think he's just stupid. No, he's doing it because it's so obvious, you know?
Yeah, some people say he's an industry plant trying to get this thing to fail, so that way game companies don't have to provide support.
I don't think I believe
product.
that. I think he literally is just one of those people who always wants to be smart, and he's being smart, and his thing is to drama get some money, you know? That's my opinion. I don't know if it's true or not, but it just gives me that vibe, because it's so obviously wrong. He's just being dumb, and the fact that people are hey, look, this is the proof, and he goes, I won't look at it. He's doing it on purpose. He literally has to be, you know?
Either that, or he just doesn't want to admit that he's wrong, or just doesn't see it.
I guess, yeah, it's possible he just doesn't want to admit that he's wrong.
Arrogant.
Did you see that?
No, I won't say it, I'm wrong.
Did you see that one of him where it's in World of Warcraft, and they're I don't know, I've never played World of Warcraft, but I'll explain it the best I can. They're in a party fighting some kind of mob or doing a dungeon or something, and someone accidentally pulled an enemy that they weren't ready to take and killed some people or something. This isn't the big one that everyone knows about. This is a different one. And then he goes, who the fuck pulled that? They're a dumbass. You should be better. You shouldn't pull that shit. You're stupid. And then someone in his chat clipped it and showed that it was him pulling it, and then he goes, "I'm not wrong." Like that's
so funny.
Like he was literally saying whoever pulled that's a dumbass. Someone clipped and saw it was actually him, and he didn't realize. And then when he saw that, he was like, "Here's why we should have pulled it, guys." Like that's the shit that makes me think he's farming, you know, like
yeah,
that's just insane.
True. He just likes the attention.
That's what, like, yeah, it's just I mean, it could also be what you said though. He just can't be wrong, so he's like, here's like, he just, it's crazy. Then there's the obvious one, you know, I never heard of him before, the big World of Warcraft one, the OnlyFans one, where they like fucked up in a dungeon or something. I don't know how it works. Again, I don't play WoW, and he abandoned his team in hardcore
characters.
Yeah, and he abandoned
and
them.
He was like a support. So he was like, after like the aggro happened, he pretty much was like, "All right, guys, everyone for themselves," and he ran away.
Yeah.
And then one of his teammates, and he used like a spell or an ability or something that cost a bunch of mana.
Yeah, and I also like he had mana in his bar or something. I don't think.
And then the teammate was like, "Help me, heal me," and he was like, "Dude, I have no mana."
Yeah, honestly though, like that one, because I've seen a bunch of videos on that. I think he's just bad, or like he was just like, I'm sure at those moments, like a hardcore thing, something goes wrong, you're freaking out. He probably didn't mean to do that. He probably didn't mean to use his ability, or didn't realize he had potion. You know, like he just fucked up, but then he's an asshole about it is the problem. You know, like
him not saying sorry and blaming someone else, and then when they had the evidence against him, he was like, "I'm still right."
And then he just, did you see the one where they're like, "All right, listen, man, listen, I just want to talk." He's like, here, like the guy's talking. He's like, can I talk now? Is it my turn? And he goes, "No," and disconnects from the Discord. Have you seen that clip?
Yes.
That's a good one too. This guy, he has to be farming. There's no way. No one is that stupid. He has to be farming for drama, you know?
Probably. I feel like it's probably some mixture of both.
Yeah, probably. It's insane to me. It's like that stuff is crazy. But like now is where it starts to be like a thing that sucks, because it's like farm for drama and let people die in games, whatever, bro. But then it's like now you're actually like making gaming worse, you know? So that sucks. I would have honestly signed that stop killing games thing if it wasn't an EU thing.
I would too. I agree with it.
Yeah, I went and checked. And I read through a lot of it. It's been a while, so I don't remember it totally. And I was like, yeah, this seems good. But then I was like, oh, EU only. That's rough.
And I don't really disagree with anything in there.
No. I mean, a lot of it was very well like explained by that one guy.
Yeah, like there was very little questions left. And it felt fair-ish to the game developers.
Yeah, to me it seemed fine.
Like it still gave them the right to decide how to do things.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if you're EU, go check it out. I think it's worth, but I mean, read it for yourself. Maybe you don't.
It's definitely worth overeat at least.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I feel like this will probably lean into other digital
Yeah, it at least opens people's eyes on it.
Yeah, because like digital content is becoming more and more prevalent, and it will continue to do so. And I feel like the laws haven't really caught up to it yet.
I agree.
And I only feel like the only country that's actively doing stuff with technology is the EU, or I guess I should say nations. They're like the requirement on USB-C, the whole thing with Apple and Epic.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Like they're doing
I think it'll eventually leak over here.
It does. It's just a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
Just how like because of their USB-C law, Apple decided to drop Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, no point in making two different kinds. I still have a Lightning. I probably should get a new phone in a year or two, probably.
I'm thinking I'll get it the next generation out.
What are they
Because
on
then
now?
it'll be-
15? I have a 12.
I think I have a. What do I have? I think they're on 16.
Well, either way, I'm
No.
a few behind.
I have a 14.
Okay. I'm really far behind then. Mine doesn't work very well anymore. Like, I can't use speaker on the phone. The microphone doesn't work for some reason when you're using speaker. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, they're on 16.
Maybe I'll get a 17. I might wait for an 18 because I like even numbers.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
And
I just
then,
really want USB-C.
yeah,
to be
me
honest.
too. Have one charger that I carry around for everything.
That, and then I have this flash drive I carry around that has a bunch of movies and like videos and stuff on it.
I know the one.
And and it's kind of a pain because if I want to like watch stuff, I have to use my iPad or I have to ahead of time transfer stuff.
Right.
And if I have USB-C, I can just plug that thing into my phone and we're set.
That would be nice. Oh man, you should try the Deep Rock Galactic Survivor though. It's so fun.
Yeah, I probably will. I played it briefly.
It's I think it's a little harder than Vampire Survivor because you actually have like objectives. But it's a good time. I do like how there's different classes. I feel like that really mixes it up.
That's true.
I think that's really everything. Like, we really don't have that much to talk about. This month is going to be loaded with good movies, though. Well, maybe not good, but at least ones that we're actually going to go see.
We have stuff we can talk about.
Yeah,
So
so
just kind of yapping.
that should
Hopefully
be
Alex will
exciting.
be back too for the movies. That'll be kind of cool.
I agree. Which one do you think you're most excited for between Superman and Fantastic Four?
Honestly, I'm excited for both. Don't get me wrong.
It's pretty
But I'm
even
looking
for me,
Me too, but I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four.
just
So
to
kinda
see how
only
it continues the main story finally.
that, and I kind of want to see them fail. Like I want to see them lose.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. It also, at least to me, I could be wrong about this, but like this movie finally feels like we're actually progressing the MCU. At least that's how they've led it to seem. Like that's how I'm led to believe, you know?
Mm-hmm. Maybe
So,
we'll see like
hopefully
Doctor
that's
Doom or
true.
something.
I would be surprised
Or
if
give
we
him
didn't.
teased.
I don't think he'll be in there a lot, but like end credits or something, or maybe he like becomes, I don't know. We'll see. I don't, he's not going to be a huge part of it, but he's got to be teased in it. I'm so sure of that.
'Cause if I am thinking correctly, Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four were
Yeah,
the ones
he's-
that normally interacted with each other, right?
Yeah.
Like in the comics.
Yeah, he's their guy.
Okay.
That's why here's something I really hope too with Robert Downey Jr. coming back. I really hope that they don't just make Doom a variant of Tony. Like I hope he's just a different guy, you know.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like Tony Stark that didn't stop making weapons or something.
Like I want it to actually be Doctor Doom, you know.
Mm-hmm. I want it just happens to have the same face but different name.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even
I
want it
honestly
to be
wouldn't
a
mind
Tony
if they just didn't even mention that he looks like Tony, you know, like
They have to.
not if he always has a mask on.
That's true, but like when Spider-Man demasks him, you don't think he'll say anything?
We'll see how it goes. Look at that. We're coming up to the 40-minute mark, Bert. Let's just push past it. Push. What else? Hurry.
Past our limits.
What's a game? What's a good game lately? What's coming up?
Man, I'm drawing blanks.
You're trolling, Bert. You're trolling. Anything you're excited for playing on your Steam Deck?
Dave the Diver.
Dave the Diver. That is
I want
one
to play
that
some
I
more
want to play
Hell
too.
Diver.
I do too,
That's
but you
also-
just haven't been around.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to be. Probably Thursday.
All right. That sounds good to me. That's only 2 days away, actually.
We're almost there. I'm almost free.
We are almost there.
Work has been brutal. It's been so hot outside.
It has been so hot outside. Last week it spoiled us with it raining every day, at least over here.
Mm-hmm.
Now this week they're like, let's make up for it.
I was outside for like 2 hours today.
That's rough.
Brutal, man.
That sucks.
I think that does it for us.
I agree. I guess to anyone watching this, check out the Don't Kill Games thing. Try Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Watch any of those 3 movies, Fantastic Four, Superman, and F1. We want to see all of those. We'll see which one's the best. Prediction, Bert, right now, what do you think will be the best one? I'm thinking F1, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Probably F1 because it's not like a superhero movie.
It'll be different, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, hit him with it, Bert.
Keep it salty.